From the Office of Talent and Organizational Development, this is OTOD News.
Hello, thank you for joining us. I'm Katina Swift, the Chief Learning Officer here at the City of Houston. I have the privilege of leading the Office of Talent and Organizational Development since June 2021. We've had a pretty dynamic year last year, so we're excited to share a few of the highlights as well as things to look forward to in 2023. So let's get this news report started. On this report, you will hear about a reinvigorated city accreditation program for supervisors, or as many of you know it, CAPS. We'll be inviting Desiree Duplachon, a training program coordinator of CAPS, to tell us a little bit more about what she learned of leading 2 cohorts last year. Then we'll invite Dr. Robert McNeil to share some of the learners' feedback in the What's That Tweet? And last but not least, we're welcoming Dr. Gideon Peterson from the Organizational Development Team to talk about the tools and processes that they have in place in order to make sure that their impact in the city is long-term and systemic. Let's get started. Well, let's dive into our most talked about headline, CAPS. Joining me now is Desiree Duplachon, the training program coordinator of CAPS and trainer extraordinaire. Thank you for joining us, Desiree.
Thank you, Katina. I'm excited to be here.
Oh, wonderful. Well, we've heard a lot about the changes that you have implemented for CAPS in the last 2 cohorts. Can you tell us a little bit about the changes that you implemented and why do you think they were so well received at the city?
Well, I can only say this first. I'm excited to even be here at the city. In my first year and being new to the CAPS program, I had to make sure that we kept the legacy alive. I mean, it's a time tradition program. So adding to it, I wanted to make sure that we added a collaborative networking tool, something that was just not coming to a classroom but really engaging. So we added an entire Microsoft Teams channel
Wow.
centered around CAPS. So the participants every week, they would get a weekly discussion question based on any challenges that supervisors face daily. A lot of times the supervisors use that chat as resources for each other if they were facing a challenge or didn't know where a document was. And that's what's about being a leader. Leadership, you have to do it as a group. And so I think creating these cohorts and these networking relationships is what made the difference. But one of the other changes that was implemented was we also have a capstone project that each supervisor team has to complete. These case studies are general things that happen during the life cycle of leadership, but we know that they created PowerPoints, even a movie production that just blew me away. So I think that we are just on the tip of the iceberg of what CAPS is going to see in 2023. I'm super excited.
Well, wonderful. Well, if we look at our learning evaluation survey, the numbers speak for themselves because 94% of learners said that they would strongly recommend CAPS to a peer. Now, it's not recommend or somewhat recommend or not very much. They would strongly recommend. What do you think about 94% saying that, Desiree?
Well, I'm honored, but I can't take all the credit. I think that just having a safe space for leadership to come together.
Yes.
So that peer-to-peer relationship, that peer-to-peer learning where they work together to build that bond so that they can go back and build better teams. I think that makes all the difference. Also, I know that that it's doing its work out in the city of Houston because my phone is blowing up daily.
Really?
The 2023 applications, we actually garnered over 300
Oh my
applicants.
goodness.
So this new year is going to be exciting, and I'm ready to take on the challenge with the other coordinator, and I think that we're just going to see more and more of a leadership supervisory change where they are active participants in creating other leaders in their departments.
Well, I can definitely see that. And thank you for reigniting that fire in the city for the CAPS program. You've done a tremendous job.
Well, thank you. And it was exciting. And I think as a team, we did it all together. So I'm excited to see what comes for 2023 and beyond.
Let's transition to What's That Tweet, where we hear directly from our learners. To help us with this, we've invited Dr. Robert McNeil, one of our training program coordinators here in OTOD. Take it away.
Thank you, Katina. Welcome to What's That Tweet? Our first tweet comes from user Long Life Learner 22. It reads, I've been at the city for 16 years, and this is by far the best training course I've ever experienced at EB Cape. From leading a hybrid telework team for supervisors and managers. We have COH_learner forever from strengthen your core teamwork. Now they said, these sessions are absolutely amazing. Thank you, COH Learn Forever. You will be happy to know that the team is working on developing 7 new SYC classes this year. Another tweet, this was the best leadership training course I've ever taken. As a new supervisor with the city, I feel so much more confident in my ability to navigate the systems, policies, and procedures. This comes from OB1 Learner, a CAPS Fall 2022 cohort member. And our last tweet is from Transformational Leader in Progress. I can also use the information learned for community outreach and my personal life. Virtual workshop series, Change Readiness, Reducing Stress During Change. We are thrilled to hear this transformational leader in progress. We do strive to create transformative learning experiences for the workplace that find their way into your personal life as well. Well, that's all for now. This is Dr. Rob with What's That Tweet? Signing off. Back to you, Katina.
Well, in our last headline for today, I've invited Dr. Gideon Peterson, Organizational Development Analyst on the Organizational Development team. He partners with Denise Weich, the Organizational Development Division Manager. Dr. Peterson, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Well, we know that our training team members are very much connected to our learners because they're in the classroom setting. So for some, they may have seen you briefly here or there, but this is for many their first introduction to you.
Yes, we primarily work alongside departments leaders to improve departmental capabilities. For example, we may facilitate alignment of strategies, change management practices, or customize an employee or leader training program, just to name a few. Oftentimes, we work with the employees, which is very exciting.
Oh, I bet that is. Now, in 2022, how many departments did you and Denise partner with?
Well, Denise started in January, and I came along in May. We started off with 2 in there, and right now we're at 13.
Wow. Well, I'm sure there's other department leaders that are interested in collaborating with you. So what should they do next?
Very simple. All they have to do is just reach out to the OT and OD department via email or a simple phone call. They'll be transferred to myself or Denise. At that time, we will schedule an OD Connect session, which would last about an hour. During that session, we will use the leader interview form. That form has questions that will determine the client's needs and what direction we should take. Then after that, we will review that form, update it, and send it back to our clients for review. They will do their updates with anything that we may have missed and send it back to us. Once we receive that document, we will start building the thought partnership proposal, which outlines the suggested plans of implementation, ways to manage it, and the results that will be delivered. Once we're done with that, we will schedule another OD Connect session where we will lay out all the plans that we will use moving forward.
Wow, that's impressive. All those tools and templates that you have in place and your processes sound like a well-oiled machine over there. I can only imagine the impact that you're making.
Thank you so much.
Well, we know that we'd love to have you and Denise back to join us at another session. So if you come back, what types of topics do you think you'll be bringing to us?
Oh, we look forward to coming back, and we look forward to talking about OD processes and also the year program.
Okay, well, that sounds like a plan. Thank you so much and have a great day, Dr. Peterson.
Thank you.
Well, folks, those are the headlines for 2022. Let's take a look ahead at 2023. Well, you probably noticed we have a new communication format here. We really hope to maximize videos and also get on a regular rhythm of connecting with you through our OTOD newsletters throughout the year. Next, we are beginning our employee engagement journey. To better understand what drives you as employees, supervisors, managers, and leaders, we need to conduct a citywide employee engagement survey. Next, we're constantly looking at our learning programs to ensure that they're meeting your individual learning needs as well as the needs of the organization. We have several high-quality signature learning programs that we're just going to take to the next level. So they could be rebranded, they could have additional components, or we could design an entirely new program. For example, the Virtual Workshop Series is a program that has been recently designed, and it really focuses on opportunities to develop in two key areas: change readiness and building self-awareness. So they're kind of like webinars, but very interactive. So expect to engage and collaborate with your peers in those sessions. Next, ADP. Many of you know it as the program that's specifically to help develop administrative skills. So we decided to partner with an external organization that has a similar program to ADP, but at the end of their program, you actually can test for a certification in that field. So expect to see more information about AOP, our Administrative Office Professionals program, in this newsletter as well as future emails. Lastly, you can also take a look at the newsletter to find more information about the OTOD vision for 2023 and beyond. Well, folks, that ends our January edition of OTOD News. We look forward to seeing you at an upcoming report. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.